Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Saturday night, everybody. I'd like to welcome you into our live broadcast. Now, here is the star of the show, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and a good Saturday night, everybody, as we welcome you to Game 5 of our 6-game set between the visiting Northwest Arkansas Naturals and your San Antonio Missions. Well, it's Easter weekend, as we all say it, and gotta say, gonna be a pretty good Easter. Two teams conclude the series tomorrow at 1:05 p.m., and after the game, the kids could come out on the field and do a special Easter hunt. The Easter Bunny will also be there as well, so if you want pictures or anything like that, you could come and get some pictures. Proud sponsor tonight, West Creek Trail Rides. It's official partner of San Antonio Missions, and also our proud San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo as well. Gotta say hello to our sponsors. Hello, Henry's Puffy Tacos, and many others like Whataburger, and that's served hot and fresh. Anytime the Missions hit a base hit and they lead it into a double, everybody could get that coupon for a double meat cheeseburger courtesy of our San Antonio Missions. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner Bob. Welcome to the pregame show. And yeah, last night for a Friday, that was pretty good. Yeah, 16-14, the final score. Boy, San Antonio really went up to 11 and a half innings on that one. Yeah, we were thinking it was going to be a little bit longer as we were watching this game and looking at the prospects of the Padres and Kansas City Royals farm systems. And tell you one thing, it was a pretty good game. And we've had a good time, and so far it was a really good one. Well, tonight is a brand new night as we get set to go for a Saturday evening. And yes, it was going to be pretty good as we get things going this evening. Well, anyway, with that all said and done, let's go ahead and take you down the field as we'll begin our broadcast on this Saturday evening. And yeah, we do have the weather. Bob, take it away on the weather. Well, gotta say, it is gray skies, and so far the wind's blowing out from the scoreboard, and
San Antonio.
Well, so far, Mission's taking the field now, and so far got a great home crowd as we come in to play this one. Isaiah Lowe starting up for San Antonio this evening. What do we know, Bob? Well, 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball could really come in and do some good for him if he could get that ball in play and put it right in the strike zone. That would be really good, too. Well, the first at bat, center fielder is Brady McConnell. About ready to go. And 3 magic words, let's have a good time, and let's play ball. Swing and a miss, and the game underway. And the count now 0-1.
First pitch, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, our first pitch of the ball game. And the 0-1 right there, swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. Well, tomorrow, final game of our 6-game set. Missions after this one will head to Amarillo. Take on A6 against the Sod Poodles. That's a base hit to the right field area as they get it back in.
Batting second, the second baseman.
And the second baseman coming in. Boys, we look at the show drone. That was right up to the right field area. Second batter up for Northwest Arkansas, Peyton Wilson. Wilson coming in, and that is foul, and the count now 0-1 to them. Yeah, so far up in the western zone, like where Midland and Amarillo and those places stretching up from the north area to the west area. Boy, severe weather is imminent through the evening. High in the air up to the shortstop. DeVries will make the catch, and that's one away. Well, time now to give the visiting Northwest Arkansas Naturals the starting lineups. Bob, these guys need a win on the road. What can they do to preserve that? Well, got to say, John, they got to get the bases loaded, and they got to make sure base hits are the premium in this ball game. Yeah, that is for sure. Third batter, Diego Hernandez coming in. And that's going to be right there. Castañon gives it to DeVries. Back to Castañon, and that's a Taco Bell double play. And that's a big, bad double play that'll get him out of this half inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on as we look at the double play one more time. And that will do for the top half of one. So we will go to the bottom of the first with no score through the top half. San Antonio coming to bat. About ready for the bottom of the first right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Also follow us on YouTube Live, where we're always live for baseball. Well, our starter for Northwest Arkansas, Andrew Hoffman. What do we know, Bob? Four-seam changeup, a curveball, and a sweeper. Boy, you got to watch this guy as he gets ready to go for the Naturals here today. Well, leading off the bottom of the first is left fielder Albert Fabian as he gets ready to go for San Antonio here this evening. And the pitch. Right inside the chute, and that's called strike 0-1. Well, we've had 2 great days of flying chanclas, and boy, can't wait to see those guys again in the uniforms. I mean, flying chanclas, we are doing it Thursday and Friday evenings. Saturday and Sundays, we're going back to our normal home white jerseys. Doing pretty good on that. Right there, and that's a strikeout looking Fabian. First man down in the San Antonio lineup.
Batting second, the catcher.
And here's the catcher, Ethan Salas. Boy, got the baseball cards from 2023, 2024. Pretty good. And end of this season, we are getting baseball cards for 2025. Yeah, I got to say, John, I love the baseball cards. Team Shop. That is right there. He gets down. He dives right in time. Out number 2.
Batting third, the center
Boy, howdy.
Joshua Mears.
Well, Joshua Mears coming in now. Cloudy day today, but anyway, nice and breezy with all the cloud cover we've been getting. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And right there and in for a strike. 0-1 to center fielder Joshua Mears. Mears coming in, looking pretty sharp, right, Bob? Gotta say he has been. Through the homestand, he's been really great thus far. That one driven up the center. That is carrying. High in the air. Deep. Right to the warning track and the wall. As the center fielder makes the play for the out. That ends the half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for San Antonio. On now to the second. And it's no score, 3-1. So back here after this as Cal Imshoff will lead it off for Northwest Arkansas in this ball game. We're back after a commercial message, and then we get started for the top half of 2. All right, here we go for the second inning here for Northwest Arkansas here on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Cal Imshoff ready to go as he stands in 4, 5, and 6. Set to go. And the pitch to him, that's high and foul. The count 0-1. Boy, Amarillo wearing their home helmets, I should say. That one is fouled off. The count now 0-2. Well, so far this year, we do not go to Riverboat Field. So our only meetup is now in the 6-game set with these two ball clubs. Yeah, I know, John, and it's pretty upsetting when you literally have a 6-game set, but you don't go to their ballpark as well. Yeah, I know, that's kind of upsetting. Yeah, it sure is. Well, that'll bring up right fielder Rivertown as he comes in. He got injured during, I think yesterday it was. Yeah, was it? Yeah. No balls, 1 strike, runner at first, and that's a swing and a miss. Boy, getting him down, strike 2. We had a great crowd here tonight, right, Bob? Full house nearly? Well, almost. 0-2. Right there, and that is chopped foul. No balls and 2 strikes to count to him. And the pitch. Swing and a miss right there, and that is out number 1.
Batting 6, the designated hitter, Spencer.
Designated hitter is Spencer Nivens. That one hit high in the air, deep to left, foul grounds. Out of play near the berms. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at first and 1 away here in the top of the second for Northwest Arkansas. It's the 0-1. Swing and a miss right there in the count now, 0-2. Well, we are going to take ourselves some time, and we will be right back to our broadcast. And so far we will. We'll be right back here on Missions Baseball. Well, back here for the continuation of Missions Baseball. Well, Spencer Nivens at no balls, 2 strikes. The runner at first still holding on. Swing and a miss, and Nivens goes down on strikes.
Batting 7, the third baseman.
Boy, that was pretty good right there, right, Bob? Yeah, the strikeout for Isaiah. He's doing pretty good. Trevor Warner coming in now, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And that puts runners at first and second in scoring position.
Batting 8, the shortstop, Austin Charles.
Well, that'll bring up Austin Charles. Charles coming in. Here's the pitch. That one high in the air. Castañon leaves his post. Goes out, makes the play. Inning over. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for Northwest Arkansas. Bottom half of the second coming up, and it's no score through 2.5. So back here for more baseball as Marcos Castañon will lead it off. Bottom half of the second, set to go for San Antonio right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Marcos Castañon, the first baseman, coming up now. Ready to go. And the pitch. That one fouled off. So no balls and 1 strike. Boy, hearing some people in the crowd just clapping their hands, and that's a pretty good thing. They cheer on San Antonio, and so far pretty good on that. The 0-2. That one driven up the center, and that's getting down for the base hit.
Batting 5th.
Boy, and I bet people are really enjoying that one. Yeah, I bet they are there, John. Pretty nice on that one. And here is right fielder Jacob Campbell. Campbell coming in, ready to go. The pitch to him, that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Don't forget tomorrow our live stream at high noon. Right there, his first pitch will start at 1:05. The conclusion of our 6-game set when Northwest Arkansas be a Easter egg hunt on the field. So the whole field will be covered in Easter eggs. Right there, a strikeout. As the right fielder goes down for out number 1, here's Cole Roederer. That one driven up the center. That one carrying deep, and he misses it. And that's going to put runners at second and third now. Still one away in this half inning. Boy, and I think that's what crowds paid for, was to see base hits and a lot of stuff here tonight. Yeah, they sure did there, Bob. In now, 7-hole batter, third baseman Yendry Rojas. That one down and in for a cold strike, and it's 0-1. Runners in second and third, one away here in this half inning. If you're watching us here on YouTube Live, then this is the home for minor league baseball. We are a proud sponsor of our boys here in San Antonio. Got a beautiful home ballpark, which that's pretty nice. Yeah, we do there, John. Here's the 0-2. Right there, called third strike. And that will be the third out here in this half inning. You mean the second out? Did I say third? I meant to say second. Oh boy. Major look. Here is 8-hole batter, Nerwillian Cedeno. Out there, the second base area. And right there, as he broke the plane on that one. And it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count now. And the pitch. Down and in for a count now, 0-2. We're just really glad that this year San Antonio's only 3 North Divisions to take here in San Antonio. Northwest Arkansas, Wichita, and Springfield. Well, that is the third and final out as they leave 2 stranded on 2 base hits in this half inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We head for the third as Brian O'Keefe will come in after a proud sponsors break. Top of the third inning set to go for Northwest Arkansas right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Brian O'Keefe coming in, and yes, we do have an update on our fireworks show tonight. Due to the wind and the inclement weather, well, I should say the inclement type weather that we are getting, our fireworks show has been canceled for tonight. So enjoy the ball game. And for any future fireworks on a Saturday, we will try this again in 2 weeks from now. 2-0. That one lifted high in the air, up and left. Center fielder Mears will give reinforcements to that left field area as he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Brady McConnell.
Brady McConnell coming in as we go back to the top of the Northwest Arkansas lineup. 1 for 1 and a single for McConnell. And the pitch. That's inside, strike 1. Boy, pretty good. We are through almost 3.5 innings worth of baseball. That one is chopped foul. Boy, a pretty good evening thus far, as it is 76 degrees. With the wind feeling nice and cool. Right there, left fielder Fabian makes the grab shy of warning track.
The batter number
That's
2,
out number 2.
second baseman Peyton Wilson.
Peyton Wilson coming in now. 2 away, nobody on. That's right outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, we do have a new rule here in minor league baseball, and that's about bullying. If you see somebody getting bullying, speak up. Get adults or contact your local police, because bullying will not be tolerated in our ballpark. Left fielder Diego Hernandez awaits on deck. 3
That's a strike.
3 right there on that one, and it's thinking 3 balls and 1 strike to him. That one right there. DeVries, the shortstop, throws to
He's out.
Castañon, and that is the half inning over. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on for Northwest Arkansas. 3.5 here tonight as we head to the bottom of the third, as the shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries will head for the batter's box right after this. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom of the third right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Shortstop Leodalis DeVries coming in now for San Antonio. And boy, I really like this guy. Really cool. Last night, hit a grand slam like nothing else. Yeah, I mean to tell you, John, Leodalis DeVries, one of the best free prospects in the Padres organization. And tell you one thing, really good on the reservoir for him. Here's the 1-1. That one hit, and that's a base hit to right. Well, another hit right down the shaft.
Now batting, the left fielder, Albert.
And we go back to the top of the lineup now. Stepping in, left fielder Albert Fabian. Fabian coming in, ready to go. Yeah, hearing somebody saying, "Let's go, Albert." I believe them. 0 for 1 and a strikeout. And the pitch. That one driven up the left. High in the air, the left fielder will reach up, and he's got it for out number 1.
Now batting, catcher Ethan Salas.
Ethan Salas, the catcher, coming up now. As he's set to go. Now set. Ready to go. Hoffman delivers and pitches in that strike. And it's 0-1 to him. The pitch. That one right there. He gets it to second. He gets it to first. Double play, inning over. And no runs on a hit, no errors, no one left on. As that is 3 innings done. And it's on to the 4th. So 4th inning will be Diego Hernandez, Imshoff, and Rivertown to lead off the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th coming up. As we get things going, here is the 3rd hole hitter, Diego Hernandez. And that's a strike in as we're underway of inning number 4. The pitch right there, foul. No balls, 2 strikes to him. Boy, no score through 3 innings of baseball. Already on to our 4th. Boy, fans getting a little restless. Who's going to score in this game? And I said the magic word. Is that fair? No, it's foul. Boy, that was close to the foul pole. That guy thought he had a home run. Right there, left fielder Fabian runs it down right on cue. And I mean to tell you. Hey, Bob, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just on my phone. Oh, I heard an ad playing. A what? An ad. It's a 2-letter word. Ad. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to turn down the volume. That's all right. What you looking at? Weather Channel? Yeah, I'm looking at the Weather Channel, seeing what's going on. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, the tornado watch has been issued for San Angelo. Well, that's going to be a line drive, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Boy, that one was hit very hard. And that's going to be a one-out double to Cale Imshoff.
The right fielder, number 14, River Town.
River Town coming up to bat now. After that one-out double. Even though this guy got hurt last night.
No.
And even though they took him to the San Antonio emergency room and they x-rayed him, so far back on the lineup tonight with nothing serious. 1 ball, no strikes. That one down and outside, 2-0. Now, I will say it that bullying will not be tolerated. Even on live stream, even on our live chat, even here at the ballpark. If you see something, say something. Yeah, that is for sure. That is right there, and that gets away. And both outfielders giving a chase. And it looks like that's going to be an inside the park home run right there.
The batter, number 6. Designated.
And Northwest Arkansas will strike first now, 2-0. Boy, you don't see that every day. And both outfielders are chasing it down and trying to get something going. 6-hole batter, Spencer Nivens comes in, and that's going to be a base hit. Man, never thought that the Naturals would come up in this half inning, and they score in 2 on a inside the park home run right there. Yeah, for sure. Trevor Warner coming in now as he takes a strike down and in, and it's 0-1. You know, and I have seen a review on West Creek Trail Rides, and boy, I have seen the bullying. And right there is that's going to be a runner trying to go to second. And yeah, we are going to talk about it. You know, this one, whoever wrote this review was bullying everybody. You know, not just me, but the whole entire staff there felt like they were being bullied. Well, whoever wrote that review must be a spoiled brat or something. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. You know, when they write that kind of stuff and they trash talk people, you know, we're going to have a little reaction about that. When you bully somebody, it's not right. And yeah, it could lead into a fight. You know, it's like how Democrats and Republicans are. You know that, John? Oh, yeah. They bully each other. They pick a fight with each other, you know. But anyway, keep our political views to ourselves. You know that, you know. This is baseball, not anything political and stuff. But anyway, when we talk about bullying, you know, it's not right. If you see somebody getting bullied, stand up for them and say, hey, leave this guy or girl alone. No balls and 2 strikes to them. And anyway, I say it, and I'm going to continue to say it, that bullying is not tolerated. And right there, strike 3 as they'll get Charles down on strikes. 2 runs on the inside the park home run. And 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 left on. Bottom of 4 coming up as Northwest Arkansas leads it by 2-0. You know, John, you do make a valid point about bullying. That anybody that gets bullied, you know, you mess with us, and you mess with one, you mess with all of us. Exactly, Bob. Well, anyway, we are going to be right back after our proud sponsor of West Creek Trail Rides and our proud sponsors of San Antonio. All right, we're about ready for the bottom of the fourth right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming in. That one is hit foul. Boy, Northwest Arkansas has a 2-run advantage against San Antonio here tonight. That one hit the third, slow roller. Kicked up right to first, and that is out number one.
Baseman number 6, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castanon, first baseman tonight for the Missions. Boy, starting to get dark. Bottom of the fourth, cloud cover and wind. And you know, that's why we postponed our fireworks show tonight, because of the wind. But the ball game will persist onward. Now, anytime through this season that we do have threatening weather or anything like that, then the game might just get canceled and move to the next day. That makes it a doubleheader with 7 innings. Yeah, for sure. Line drive up to center. That's a base hit. Well, by golly, that one was pretty good. And right fielder Jacob Campbell coming up now. So far, stadium lights illuminating the field. And the pitch. That one down and outside, and the count now 0-1. Boy, great crowd we have here tonight, right, Bob? And there's plenty of seats available. Tickets as well. Just gotta absolutely love coming to the ball game, right? Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. You know, and I put horseback riding first and baseball second. One of the funnest outdoor activities that we could do. That one, a liner up to center. Boy, that got past the pitcher. Boy, I thought the pitcher would have got that one, being on high alert for him. Now the tying run sits at first base with a guy in scoring position. Here is Cole Roederer. Boy, San Antonio trying to capitalize and getting a few runs across to catch up to Northwest Arkansas. 1-for-1, a double tonight by Cole Roederer. Boy, just glad it's a pretty good night. And that's going to be a liner. That's a base hit. And that'll put the bases loaded.
Now batting, third base.
Oh, yeah. I bet the home crowd is happy that they get that one in. And that'll bring up third baseman Yendry Rojas. Rojas coming in, set to go. And the pitch. That's a strike. And that's 0-1. Bases loaded, one away in the bottom of the fourth for the San Antonio Missions. Going down and in, strike two. Rojas comes in, delivers, and that one is going to be blistered deep. Boy, that's going to put 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs. And that's going to be a 3-run triple right there. And the Missions will take back the lead. By golly, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I got to say, John, they really put some runs on the board. A 3-run triple. And that means a triple meat cheeseburger courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. Gotta say, gonna be a pretty good night if San Antonio can win this one. Claim the 10th, or the 11th, I should say, of the season.
No strike.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice. No balls, 1 strike to Norwillian Cedeno. Second baseman here tonight. And that gets away. And here comes a run across the score, and now it's a wild pitch and a run in. So the 4th run for San Antonio goes under the catcher, and look where it went. It went under his legs. Yeah, it sure did. Boy, how did you know? Well, I looked at the camera there, Bob. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Cedeno. Boy, a 3-run triple, then the wild pitch, a RBI inside. Boy, really good right there for San Antonio. Now the Missions have a 2-run advantage against the Naturals. And so far, Northwest Arkansas just probably getting poached like a bear. Yeah, probably is. I mean, if you poke a bear with a stick, then that will look really bad. Leo Dallas DeVries, the shortstop, coming in now for San Antonio. And you know, I like Leo. He's a pretty good guy and stuff. This guy we will always remember here in the Texas League as, you know, we've had a lot of pretty good former San Antonio prospects like Michael De La Cruz, Josh Naylor, River Stevens, Peter Van Gansen. Boy, I remember a lot of those guys like my own arthritis. You're funny. You don't have arthritis. Yeah, you're right, I do not. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Well, that will do it as 4 runs come in on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 5th inning coming up. San Antonio leads it 4-2. Well, we're about set to go for the top of the fifth inning for Northwest Arkansas, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Welcome back as that is drifted high in the air. That one carrying, and that is off the wall. That's a no-out double. I think Northwest Arkansas is angry that they gave up those 4 runs. They had a perfect shutout going on, and so far, they probably might just come back in this one. Who really knows? Well, that just depends how many batters you could put on base and how many base hits you could get. Yeah, for sure. Well, here is the leadoff man of the whole roster, center fielder Brady McConnell. 1 for 2 in the single that he had earlier. That one fouled in the way, and it's count now 0-2. Well, Northwest Arkansas trying to shut down their 3-game losing streak by trying to preserve a W here in San Antonio. And right there, McConnell is rung up to dry. And that is out number 1. Caden Wilson coming in now. We're set to go in the pitch. That's a strike inside on the 4-seamer. And boy, you know, I've been doing this for 4 years since 2021. But really enjoying myself as I do these live broadcasts here on my channel. Just absolutely love how San Antonio and the Missions, the logo, well, the whole Texas League, I love them all. That one right there, 6th strikeout for Isaiah Lowe. Left fielder Diego Hernandez coming in. And the pitch right there and in for the cold strike, and it's 0-1. 2 away, runner at second. And the pitch. Down and in, that's a ball. And it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. That one right there. And that is right to the second baseman, Sedano. And that will do it for this half inning. They leave the runner stranded at second, and that will do it. Beautiful San Antonio skyline as we're about ready to go for the bottom of the 5th when we come back. All right, we're about ready to go for the bottom of the fifth right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Top of the lineup, Albert Fabian coming in now. They're set to go. That one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, we're starting to see, I think, a double win in Frisco tonight. Just got an alert on my phone. And we are going to look at that. That one is driven up nicely. That's getting down, a left field base hit. And that looks to be a 2. And that's a double meat cheeseburger coupon courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. That's a Albert Fabian double. Man, and he really blistered that ball right there and then. Well, time is being called as here comes the Naturals manager. And that is going to do for the starter here. Boy, gave up 4 runs in this ball game. 5th run potentially out there at second base. And the first reliever, Jacob Wallace, getting in. It's a 2-seam, a slider, and a circle change. We'll get set to go here in this one. Boy, a lot of hard-hit balls and a wild pitch. 4 runs in for San Antonio on a 3-run triple and a wild pitch. That's like saying, oh, you know, I picked up roadkill. I got 2 possums and 1 dead skunk. You're funny. I'm just kidding, y'all. Yeah, that's what our San Antonio workers do. You know, they pick up dead animals off the streets. Like skunks and rabbits and I don't know. Just right there in general. Well, first at third, nobody out. Boy, this ball game is starting to turn really interesting, right, Bob? Yeah, I gotta say, John, it is really getting going for the home crowd. Well, Northwest Arkansas needs to get in there and somehow stop the bleeding. Well, tomorrow is Easter, and everybody knows that Easter, it's all about one thing and one thing only. Resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's right. You know, when they nailed him to the cross, and we'll say it, they crucified him for a crime he never did. And pretty much, you know, after they laid his body to rest in the tomb, and 3 days later, the tomb was open, and pretty much the body was removed. Well, Marcos Castañon coming in, and yes, this was a true Bible story of what Easter is really about. It's the resurrection. You know, he cheated death. Death could not hold him. And he was resurrected. And, you know, people, they were looking at him. You know, they saw him as a ghost. You know, the Holy Ghost. Yeah, for sure. And that's going to be right there. That's a run in to score on a bunt, and that's a safe right there. Bunt comes in, and they get him to first. That's a really good play right there. Fabian across the score. And now it's a San Antonio 5-2 lead. There is right fielder Jacob Campbell as he takes the ball outside, and the count now 1-0. Well, Easter he is risen, and Christmas, it's all about he is born on Christmas. That's right, John. Boy, you know your Bible story's really good. Well, you know, somebody's got to spoon feed it to a lot of people, because a lot of people may not understand that. 1-1. Right there and in. 1-2 the count now to Campbell. Even my own brother doesn't know about that, you know? He says, oh, Christmas is about getting stuff. No, it ain't. And that's going to be right there. They'll snuff it out. And that's out number 2. Now a sacrifice 5-3. So Cole Roederer comes in. 2 for 2 double single and a run. No, spoiled people, I will say. That's all they think about is, oh, you know, it's Christmas time and we get presents and we get whatever we want. We beg for it. We get it. That's how spoiled we are. You know, a lot of people just don't think, oh, you know, they're just ungrateful because, you know, they get all these things, and Christmas is not about getting stuff. I mean, it really isn't. I'm saying the truth as it is. And my brother may be watching. You know, he's got to grow up at some point. You know, 35 years old, and wants things. And yeah, kisses that Star Wars toy like I've seen this year. Coming back from Brady to San Antonio, and boy, just tell you one thing, that is just weird. Well, Cole Roederer coming in, 3 balls and a strike to him. And that's in for a strike, and it's full count. Second and third, 2 away. Bottom of the 5th, San Antonio leading this ball game by 3. Pretty good right there. And that is called third strike. Got him looking. Finally get out of the half inning. And it's headed to the 6th inning as we head right now. And that will pretty much do it. Cal Imshoff will lead off Northwest Arkansas when we come back. We're about ready for the top of the sixth inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. 6 innings set to go. So that is down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Boy, get him chasing low.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is fouled off, and the count now 1-2. Well, I'll tell you something about Arkansas. They are pretty much doing good, leading a lot by Springfield. The 1-2. And that is out of play, foul. So still hanging on. And it looks like there's going to be an intentional walk.
The right fielder, number 14.
Right fielder is River Town. And another one. By golly. They get first and second now, nobody out.
The designated hitter, Spencer Niven.
Spencer Niven's coming in now, 1 for 2 with single. Now tying run. I don't really think that San Antonio fans really enjoyed those 2 batters getting walked. They got a free pass on base right there, right, Bob? Now, I don't know why, but evidently, I guess it is what it is. It's going to be right there. Second for 1. And that is 2. They get a Taco Bell double play.
Now batting.
6 for 3. And boy, that should have been like a base hit right there. And the shortstop gets it to second to first. And boy, they pick off 2 in that one. Trevor Werner coming in now, takes down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, after tomorrow, the finale of the 6-game set, we're really going to miss the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. I mean, they come here to San Antonio only for 6 times, but after that, they will go home and we no longer see them for the remainder of this first half and second half. That one high and outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Austin Charles awaits on deck for Northwest Arkansas. Now, I hope and pray that 2026 would be better. Here's a 3-0. That one high, and that is ball 4. So he gets a walk on base. Well, that'll bring in Austin Charles, the strikeout. Strikeout for him in that one. And the pitch. That one outside, 1 ball and no strikes. So far, Easter Sunday. Join us at our 105 live stream. And that's the count now, 2-0. After the game, and the kids get to come on the field to do the Easter egg hunt. Easter Bunny as well will be here. There's a 2-0, and that is outside, and that looks like it's going to be a wild pitch, and boy, awfully close. Runner heads to second. Boy, 3-0 count, and boy, the manager looks like he ain't happy about that. I wouldn't be either if I was him. There's a 3-0. Down and in, ball 4, and that loads them up.
The batter, the catcher, Brian.
Well, Brian O'Keefe coming in now, 1 for 2 and a double. And the pitch. That one high fly in the air. Center fielder Mears getting after it, makes the play, and avoids the danger. That is the bases loaded jam. Well, we head to the bottom half of inning number 6. And San Antonio leads it 5-2. Going back here right after this as third baseman Yendry Rojas will get things started. All right, Bell set to go for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Stepping in, Yendry Rojas. Rojas about ready to go. That's in strike 1. A great night in San Antonio and say Easter's Eve.
No, that's a ball.
And that's a ball outside, even up 1-1. Here's a 1-1. That one high and inside, strike 2. Boy, now Breezy has gets stuff going here. And that is strike 3.
Now batting, the second baseman, Nerwillian Cedeno.
Nerwillian Cedeno coming in now. And that's taken in for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. That one high and outside, 1-1. And a 1-1. Right there and in. And that's count 1 and 2. Boy, strike right there looking. And the pitch. And right there, strike 3. Got him right on a punch out.
Number 94.
And here is my favorite guy, Leonidas De Vries. Boy, yesterday this guy really hit a grand slam. And he is the shortstop. Well, that's pretty good, guy. That one driven up to left field. Left fielder runs it down, and that's the end of the inning. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one on for San Antonio. 7th inning coming up as we get ready to do it here in this one. Well, Brady McConnell will lead us off as we come back in the 7th inning. And we'll be right back after our proud sponsors. Top of the 7th inning, set to go for Northwest Arkansas. right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, we're to the top of the lineup. Stepping in is Brady McConnell. Set to go as that is taking a strike inside. And it's the count now, 0-1. The 0-1. And right there, boy, he went after a low one. Count now, 0-2. Jeez, that was wicked. Oh, and high and outside, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, don't see that every day that you would go after a low one and the same spot again, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. And look out, boy, that nearly got him behind the back. 3 balls, 2 strikes to him. And the 3-2. And that's down and in, and that's ball 4.
The batter number 3, second baseman.
And that is San Antonio's 5th walk allowed. 0-for-3 strikeout, pop out, and a ground out by second baseman Peyton Wilson. Wilson coming in, and he's going to get that one. And no, he will not. That is over the head. Boy, tell you one thing, these boys are coming back with the vengeance after giving up the 5 runs, and so far giving up 4 during that 1 half inning. Boy, 81 pitches for Isaiah Lowe. That one outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Grounded out in the first is 0-for-3. Well, we're going to see a manager come out and going to see a pitching change now for San Antonio, as that will do. As here comes the manager. So 82 pitches. Boy, and that's a lot. He went through 7 2/3 of the way in this game.
Number 34.
Well, Kevin Kopp's coming in now, as he'll meet up Diego Hernandez. 1 ball, no strikes, 2-1, nobody out. That's an inside strike, and it's 1-1. And right there at first, and back in standing. They're just making sure that he's not daydreaming. That one is right there, and it'll go foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count now to Hernandez. And that one's going to be high in the air. And that won't get there, and that's going to land out of touch. And all runners are safe. And boy, they had 2 runners out there at second. Well, bases loaded, nobody out. First baseman, Cal Imshoff. 2-for-2, double, single, and a run. Pretty good here this evening. And the pitch. High in the air, foul. Left on base, Northwest Arkansas 8, San Antonio 5. And the pitch. Again, sends out one forward foul. Here's pitch. That one high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and two. Up top, 2-2. Got 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to them. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Get him down. That is a strikeout.
The right fielder, number 14,
Rivertown is a 1 for 2, a home run, 2 RBIs in this one. That one hit high in the air, foul. Pretty good night thus far. San Antonio is front lead for now. Bases loaded. And right there, strike 2. And he's going to step off. That means he won't do on that one. And they're going to intentionally walk, and that means a run in to score.
The batter, number 6.
As now that will be a 2-run lead for San Antonio. 1 for 3, a double. Bags are still loaded up. That is fouled off, and it's the count now, 0-1. Looking in is Kevin Kopps. 12 pitches in this half inning. That one is high and outside, 1-1. Well, the last pitcher had that problem with balls and strikes, and that's going to be right there, line drive, and that's going to get down, base hit. And that's going to put runners right there, and that'll tie us up at 5.
Now batting, third baseman, Trevor Werner.
Boy, and 3 runs in to score in this half inning alone. Northwest Arkansas trying to come back at this one, and we got a brand new ball game. We are tied at 5. Now another 2 on base. Trevor Werner coming in now. That is high fly, out of play, foul. No balls and 1 strike. So 1 for 2 and a single. The 0-1. Down and in, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one fouled off, and it's 0-2. Still hanging on. 5-5, top of the 7th. 2 on, 1 away. Oh, looking over at third. And that's going to be high in the air. Fabian makes the grab. Here comes the go-ahead run. That's in to score, and Northwest Arkansas takes back the lead.
The batter, number 35, shortstop Austin Charles.
Austin Charles coming in. Last time up, he inherited the walk. And the pitch to him, that's a strike inside, and it's 0-1. Runner at third, that is run number 7 for Northwest Arkansas. That is high in the air. Center fielder Mears reaches down, makes the play. Inning over. Boy, a lot of runs as Northwest Arkansas comes back and plates 4. And that will mean bottom of the 7th. That is stretching in inning time. And Northwest Arkansas leads it by 6-5. Sorry about that. I was on the phone with my dad and stuff. But we now head to the bottom half of the seventh, and Austin Cox is being called in relief for Northwest Arkansas.
Cox.
Four-seam cutter, 12-6 curve circle chain sweeper. Boy, 5 pitches to choose from.
Leading off for the Missions, the left fielder, Albert.
Left fielder Albert Fabian coming in. 1-run ball game for Northwest Arkansas. That one outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, got 2 right-handers warming up, Johnson and Brady. Just like how this one guy, he has the last name Brady. He has the name of the part of Texas town called Brady. That is about 47 miles from Brownwood. Anyway, tornadic storms continuing through the night. Right there, hit to the pitcher, past the first. And that is out number 1. Ethan Salas, the catcher, 1 for 3, a single. Boy, for an Easter morning, we sure are looking at wet conditions for tomorrow. Yeah, and I got to say, John, rain and wet grounds and muddiness. And, yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah, for sure. 1 ball, 1 strike now from the Ethan Salas. And that is in strike 2.
1-2.
Here's the pitch. That one driven up nicely up the left. That's a base hit. Well, the tying run is now on base.
The center fielder, number 14, Joshua Mears.
Well, that'll bring in Joshua Mears as he comes in and he's set to go. And the pitch, that one outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
1 ball, no strikes.
1 for 3, strikeout, fly out, and a ground out. Well, pretty good if San Antonio comes in and gets the W tonight and a W tomorrow. Yeah, for sure, John. That would have put them up a 5-game winning streak for the Missions.
Ball 2.
That's ball 2, 2-1. Well, gonna love Easter morning, and that is in there for a called strike, and it's 2-2. I might want to ask you if you want to go get breakfast with me in the morning, and so far pretty good. Then we head to the ballpark for 1 more game of this series, and pretty good too. Yeah, gonna be a good one. We'll count now to Joshua Mears. Cox now at 13 pitches here in the bottom of 7. Pitch, that one outside, ball 4, and he walks him.
The first baseman,
boy, and that's going to put the tying run at second, the go-ahead at first, and, well, with that, the manager for Northwest Arkansas comes out, and that's going to do for the starter. Tell you one thing, now they're getting into a relief position. Ryan Brady, 4-seam curveball, changeup, and a slider. You get going for Northwest Arkansas. Marcos Castañon coming in, a 3 for 3, 3 singles, RBI, and a run him for Castañon. And no balls and a strike to him. Natural's upper hand, but now they're in danger of getting in, and That's right there and in for a cold strike, and it's 0-2. So we ask that you please be nice on our live streams, and also we ask that you do not bully, because bulliers will get a subject ejection.
The right fielder, number 7, Jacob.
Right there by the umpire cam, and so far pretty good on that one. Here is right fielder Jacob Campbell. As he gets in, and boy, that one gets away. Second and third now. Boy, wild pitches. That is something you don't want to do. Under the legs of the catcher. By the backstop. Boy, that is just rough around the edges. Yeah, it sure is. That one down and in for a called strike. It's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count now to Campbell. And that is a strike inside, 1-2. 6-5, Northwest Arkansas up 1 run ahead of San Antonio. That is a slow roller to the second. Going to first, that does it. Well, that will be a retired inning. No runs on a few hits, no errors, 2 left. 8th inning coming up. Northwest Arkansas leads it 6-5. Catcher Brian O'Keefe coming in 9-1-2. Due up top of 8. Top of the 8th inning, set to go for Northwest Arkansas, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, on now to the next inning. Brian O'Keefe, the catcher, coming in. Hits that one square and fair. A foul as it goes. Yeah, I tell you one thing, John. They're really battling it out, trying to preserve a W on the road. The 0-1. That one high in the air, and that will go foul. Northwest Arkansas, for those that know, that their homestand is a 6-game with Tulsa Tuesday through Sunday next week. 0-2. And that is fouled off. Our 6-game set in Amarillo starting this next week. 0-2. And did he go? No, he did not. Kyle Neuenhaus says he did not swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Neuenhouse, the first base umpire. And right there, strike 3. Boy, get him down looking.
The center fielder, number 5.
Boy, and many strikeouts for San Antonio here tonight. Center fielder, Brady McConnell, 1 for 3, a single and a run. And that's right inside for the called strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, you were about to say called third strike, but it's not even that, John. Yeah, I know. I got overly fooled by that one.
Ball 1.
That one right there, 1-1 the count. Northwest Arkansas leads this game 6-5 in this one, and that's going to be right there. Cedeno passes to Castañon, and that is 2 quick outs.
The batter, number 3, second baseman Peyton Wilson.
Well, Peyton Wilson, 1 for 4, single and a run. Coming in across to score. Right there to Rojas. Passes to Castañon, and that's a 1-2-3 half inning. Pretty easy on that one. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one on for Northwest Arkansas. We head now to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Northwest Arkansas leads it 6-5.
Pitching for Northwest Arkansas,
Brandon Johnson gets the call
61.
for the Naturals.
Brandon Johnson.
As we get things started for the bottom half of the 8th inning for San Antonio.
Leading up for San Antonio,
Mission's designated hitter, Cole Roederer, is 2 for 3, a double, single, and a run. This broadcast brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides, and even though our fireworks show has been canceled due to the inclement weather, we apologize for any inconvenience on that. Future Missions game, when we do have a Saturday night, if the wind is not blowing or anything like that, we definitely have the best fireworks show, courtesy of Dr. Pepper. 2 balls and no strikes to Cole Roederer. I'll tell you one thing, a few more innings, 1 more inning to be exact. Boy, Yendry Rojas on deck now. Let me tell you one thing, 3 balls, no strikes, a good holdup. And that is 3-1. Boy, just a pretty good crowd tonight, right, Bob? Yeah, it sure is. Even though bottom half of the 8th inning, it's a pretty good one. Yep, ball 4. That is a walk. Tying run at first.
Now batting, third baseman,
Yendry Rojas, 1 for 3, triple, 3 RBIs, and a run. The RBI triple was all him. Hot corner third baseman, Yendry Rojas. Boy, we got Yendry Rojas and Leo Dallas DeVries, 2 best players in the San Antonio lineup. Leo Dallas yesterday hit a grand slam for the Missions.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And boy, I tell you one thing, this guy power hit it right over the fence. 2 balls and a strike. Down and inside, strike 2. Here's pitch. That is right there. Line drive up the center. Base hit. Boy, and people just getting out there and being like, wow, if we're going to win this one, time to push through here and now. Take back the lead and put Northwest Arkansas down on their heels. 8-hole batter, Nerwillian Cedeno. That one is in, and boy, that was almost a home run type pitch right there. Cedeno got struck out 3 times, 0 for 3 of the evening. Well, I tell you one thing, going pretty good in this ball game. That one is outside, and it's the count now at 1-1. Got a lefty Sisk and a righty Simonelli. If I pronounce his last name correctly. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out, 2-1. Northwest Arkansas up by a run. Down and in, ball 3. Now the pitcher for Northwest Arkansas is in trouble. 1 more ball, and that's another walk. Bases are loaded up. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries on deck now for San Antonio, and that's going to be full count, 3-2. Boy, if people get pretty good baseball, like if home runs go out of the ballpark, then that's probably a few to maybe a month being in Double-A. 1 for 3 and a single is shortstop DeVries. So, Bob, how long does it take for a Double-A player that's in pro ball get called up to the Triple-A level? Well, I gotta say, John, it takes maybe a few months for a prospect in the San Diego Padres to get the Triple-A level called to El Paso. Yeah, for sure. That's right there, down and outside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs, runner at first. Should I say 1 away? I mean, I'm getting major looked right in the face. Bob was showing me something. Oh, yeah, severe weather, yep. Good eye there, Bob. And right there, strike 3. Leo Dallas DeVries is down and out.
The left fielder, Albert.
And that's going to bring out Albert Fabian. But time called as here comes the manager. And it looks like another pitching change for Northwest Arkansas. About ready to go.
Now pitching for Northwest Arkansas.
Evan Sisk is a left-hander as he comes in. 4-seam fastball curve, a change, and a 2-seam fastball. Should say he should have brought his fanny pack and stuff. Yeah, right? Whatever that means. Left fielder Albert Fabian, 1 for 4, double and a run. Boy, a great game tonight, but 1 run for Northwest Arkansas keeps them going. Just absolutely love how their new look is, and yeah, I miss the old look. Yeah, I gotta say, John, I miss the old look too. You know, Northwest Arkansas had a lightning bolt in purple and white. Never forget the color. Yeah, me too. I thought that was really good. You know, they had their old logos and uniforms, their road grays, their home whites that said Naturals on there. But even though we look at the new type jerseys for the Naturals, and you have to road gray and a home white uniform, not much color on it though, just a yellow and white type uniform. Two balls, 2 strikes to the left fielder Fabian. And right there, called third strike. By golly. So they leave 2 stranded. On now to the 9th inning. And Northwest Arkansas has the upper hand. It's 6-5. Diego Hernandez leads things off. Imshoff and Town will follow in. We'll be right back. One more inning left to do on this Saturday night. And that's Northwest Arkansas 6, San Antonio 5. Top of the ninth inning for Northwest Arkansas, set to go right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Diego Hernandez coming in now. And the pitch. Right there and inside, strike one. Boy, tell you what, those V8 engines going on 90 are loud. Yeah, they are. 0-1. That one right there, line drive, and that's going to get down, base hit, up to left field where Fabian is.
Now batting, the first baseman, Cale Emshaw.
That'll bring up Cale Emshaw. That is right inside, strike one. 2 for 3, double single and a run. And they're going to intentionally walk him to first. So that means a runner now in scoring position. Rivertown 1 for 2, a home run. 3 RBIs and 2 runs for them. And the pitch. That one driven deep to right. And that's going to hit the wall. Boy, and that is going to be off the right field area. Run in to score as Town delivers an RBI double. Spencer Nippens coming in now. That is right there and in for a cold strike, and it's 0-1. 2 for 4. Double single, 2 RBIs by Nippens. The 0-1. That one is fouled off, and it's 0-2. We're trying to get out of this half inning unscathed even more. Northwest Arkansas in front of a lead, 2. Leads by 2, 7-5. 0-2. Right there, foul. Foul ball. So Bob, you having a good night?
Yeah, having a good night.
What's the matter? You tired?
Yeah, I look like it.
And that's a line drive. Up through for a base hit. Couple more runs come in. And now Northwest Arkansas stretches it to a 4-run lead.
Now batting, the third baseman, Trevor Werner.
Boy, tell you one thing. A lot of runs come in. Trevor Werner coming up now. And that's going to be lined up to left. That's a base hit.
Now batting, shortstop, Austin Charles.
Austin Charles coming in now. And that's going to do for the second reliever. And another reliever coming in for San Antonio. That is Omar Cruz getting ready to make his way out to the mound.
Now pitching for the Missions, number 60, Omar Cruz.
Well, Omar Cruz coming out now for San Antonio as he's called upon to pitch in this one. Austin Charles coming in now as that's taken in, ball one. So 1 ball and no strikes. 2 on, 2, nobody out for Northwest Arkansas. That is a swing right there, 1-1. Naturals lead 9-5 here in this ball game, and boy, they carried through trying to get a home or a road victory. Yeah, if they were at home, we'd be at Riverboat Field, and so far we don't go there this year. No, we do not. 1-2, down and outside, 2-2. So tomorrow, gets a breakfast or lunch after the ball game for sure. And that's going to be a liner right up to center, base hit. And the 10th run scores in, and now make it a 5-run difference.
Now batting, the catcher, Brian O'Keefe.
Brian O'Keefe coming in now as he's set to go. And that's going to be right there. Down at the plate, and they get him. They booby trap him at the plate. Just look at that beautiful play. Jeez, that's a keeper. Yeah, that's 1 away as Brady McConnell gets in, and 1 for 4 single and a run. 1 away after the try to get the score in the home plate area. Yeah, he gets out of there right there. Here comes another. No, they do not get him. And now it's 11-5. They lead by 6. Jeez, and Northwest Arkansas feel like they're upset from yesterday, losing 16-14 in that ball game. Yeah, sure was. That was a game worthy of a king, I tell you. Oh. And that's going to be liner right there in front of Fabian. 12th run leads in, and that is 7.
Now batting, left fielder, Diego Hernandez.
And that's going to do for that reliever. He's not doing good, and so the manager has to come out and say, hey, you ain't doing good. Give me the ball, go home. Yeah, I tell you one thing there, John. It's one of them things. Jason Blanchard. Boy, this guy really good. 4-seam slider, changeup, a 2-seam fastball. This guy could really make a difference if he could get out and get the final 2 outs of this half inning. That's a swing and a miss right there, and it's counting now 0-1. Hernandez, 2 for 5. 2 singles and 2 runs tonight for them. Northwest Arkansas up 12. That to Rojas, he gets it. Boy, 2 away. Cat-like reflexes to him.
Now batting, the first baseman, Cale Emhoff.
Cale Emshoff coming in. 2 for 3, double, single, 2 runs. 1 out left here in this half inning as now Northwest Arkansas up 7-run difference. Northwest Arkansas 12-5 in this game. Right there, swing and a miss. And that's the count now, 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that is right there. Fair ball. And now that's going to lead the team by 8.
The right fielder, number 14, River.
So another run in to score. And boy, they are leading 8 runs in this ball game. Rivertown, the right fielder, comes in as it was a home run double, 4 RBIs, 3 runs, 2 for 3. Boy, these guys are doing good. They want a road victory. Swing and a miss right there, and that's the count now, 0-2.
2 strikes.
Tell you one thing, it's always good to come out to a ball game, and for this season and a lot, always good to make sure that you come out. That one hit foul. Boy, got a lot of good bleachers out there, and fans really love our bleachers. That one right there hit the Rojas. Castañon gets it, and that's the 3rd final out. Boy, a lot of runs come in across the score, and that puts Northwest Arkansas up to an 8-run lead as the San Antonio Missions down to their last 3 chances. Salas, Mears, and Castañon will be the last in this ball game. It is 13-5 here in this ball game. Bottom half of the 9th inning for San Antonio on this Saturday evening, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Ethan Salas coming in now. Boy, 7 runs in the top of the first for Northwest Arkansas. That one is inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. Boy, pretty good night as Northwest Arkansas leads 8 runs. And that's going to be right there up to the shortstop area. And that is out number 1.
Joshua Mears.
Joshua Mears coming in now. The count now 0-1 to him as that one's thrown in. No balls, 2 strikes to count now to him. That one high in the air, up to left, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castanon coming in.
No, that's a ball.
That's ball outside the count now 1-0. Well, one more out for San Antonio, and it will be it. That's inside, strike 1. Boy, a night to remember. 7 runs. There's pitch. That's a strike right there. Boy, howdy. And they get him. They're down to their final strike in this ball game. And a pitch. Fouled off. See one more. And a pitch. That is chopped foul. Boy, and one thing after another, they battle back in a big way. Somehow or something. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one blistered deep to left. And that is caught for the out. And Naturals take game 5. Final score 13-5. Well, that will do it as we wrap it up tonight. So we'll go ahead and give you to our late pregame and stuff. Boy, this game, really good game. Our broadcast time, 2 hours, 28 minutes in this one. We've got Easter Sunday, first pitch 1:05. Come out and celebrate Easter with us if you want. And you're good to go. That pretty much concludes a 3-game winning streak for San Antonio. Northwest Arkansas getting this one on the road as they win the first and 5th game of this series. And so far tomorrow it's either a split or a decision after tomorrow afternoon. We'll go over your runs, hits, and errors first for Northwest Arkansas. 13 runs on 18 hits, no errors. Boy, they leave 11 on base. For San Antonio, 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They leave 8 on base. Well, as I said before, time of our ball game, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So pretty good right there. As now it is close to 10 o'clock on this Saturday night. So far, Rivertown is the player of the game. Jacob Wallace gets the win for Northwest Arkansas. Kevin Copps gets the loss for San Antonio, and so far a A lot of players not happy about tonight, but tomorrow is a brand new day, as it will be a decision. San Antonio now 10-4 of this ball game, and Northwest Arkansas being only a game behind Wichita. So the Wichita win surge is up as they beat Tulsa. They go to third place. So Arkansas, Springfield, Wichita, Northwest Arkansas now in fourth place. Fifth place, 2.5 games as Tulsa against Northwest Arkansas. Well, San Antonio still holds the first place position for at least 2 more games. One against Northwest Arkansas and probably one there at Amarillo. But anyway, we thank y'all for tuning in to this nighttime broadcast on this Easter's Eve. And we just cannot wait to see y'all tomorrow afternoon. Easter egg hunt on a Sunday. And so far, pretty good. One more game with Northwest Arkansas. And it's on the road for a week, and it's back for 2. Taking on Corpus Christi and Frisco. Oh, a big homestand coming up for us. Well, for all of us here, this is John Baker and my partner Bob. See y'all tomorrow afternoon.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yes, and a good night to everyone. Drive home safe.